Ryan O'Reilly now because he turned down the Leafs offer and signed with the Preds. Here's the thing though, O'Reilly talked about it today, and when asked about the spotlight of playing in Toronto, he said, quote, "It is different. It is something I did enjoy for the time I was there, but I just felt it was better to be somewhere else," end quote. And it's funny because a lot of the same people who were saying, oh, this guy oozes passion, he bleeds Maple Leaf blue, he definitely was born to be a Toronto Maple Leaf, or now they're saying no passion whatsoever, the lights were brighter than expected, that type of thing for Ryan O'Reilly. So you see how quickly the narrative can shift on a player. And just so we're completely clear and transparent, O'Reilly did mention that the additional microscope in Toronto, the spotlight that's brighter there, wasn't the ultimate decision, and that there were so many things that come into play, but it was a factor. And that's ironic because O'Reilly's nickname in Toronto was the Factor. And it's wild because Luke Shen, who Leaf fans absolutely adore, followed Ryan in Nashville, or maybe Ryan followed him. Either way, they both end up in a place far away from Toronto. And I think that's their right. I mean, they did nothing wrong. They gave everything they had for the blue and white. They played their hearts out for the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's nothing more you can ask from them. They did their jobs, and they were fully within their rights to go to Nashville. It's an awesome city, I get it. But I do also feel bad, because those are two guys, it did really feel like they fit like a glove in the Toronto market. And it's sad to see them go, but again, they don't deserve a bunch of hate. Like, they made this decision. I don't see any reason why Leaf fans should hold resentment or hate towards this. Now, if O'Reilly came out and said, oh, Toronto's a dump, the fans are terrible, they're so quiet, like, if he would have said anything like that, it's a different story, but he didn't. All he did was pay his respect to the city, and the market, and the organization. He just admitted that, like, hey, maybe this isn't for me, and that's totally fine. And you know what? The spotlight is too big for a lot of guys. They don't want to touch that Toronto spotlight with a 10-foot pole. But there's other guys, the special ones, who embrace it, who want it, who want to be on TSN and Sportsnet, and the radio, and the billboards, and people's pillowcases. Like, there's people who embrace that and love it and welcome it. And it's good to weed out the guys who don't want to be with that and who don't want to feel that, because then you find more guys who want it. Like Max Domi clearly wants this and has been dying for it, clamoring for it. That's the type of guy that should be a Toronto Maple Leaf, not Ryan O'Reilly, who maybe isn't crazy about it. So honestly, this is a blessing in disguise, and the spotlight is only too big for some guys. It's not too big in general. Like, people will say, oh, the spotlight's too big in Toronto. Yeah, for some guys, but there's a lot of other guys who will say, give me the spotlight, I want it. And the fans are going to recognize that, and they're going to appreciate that, because it's a special place to play, and this is honestly good news. And I love Ryan O'Reilly even now for being honest about this and not sticking around when he didn't really want to. Of course, I want your opinion on this in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Hi, buddy. No. Come here.
So let's get right into it. 10-year rebuild of the Anaheim Ducks. I'm taking over as GM, and I'm going to turn this team into Stanley Cup champs. So the first thing I'm doing as GM is extending Hampus Lindholm to a 6-year deal worth $6 million per year. Then I'm going to sign Josh Manson to a 5-year deal worth $4.3 million per year. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate 10 games into the season, and honestly, these first 2 years aren't that important because we're building for the future here. And a good thing this season doesn't really count, because we're starting the season off 1-9. Definitely wasn't what I was aiming for. Over the next 15, things weren't any better as the team went 2-8-5, and we're currently sitting at a 3-17-5 record. Through 50 games, this team's still looking terrible. 12-30-8. We're 8th in the Pacific and 32nd in the entire league. Yeah, that's a tough one. Zegras is currently leading the team in points with 18 goals and 15 assists for 33 points. Rickard Rakell is coming in second with 9 goals and 24 helpers for 33 points. And Troy Terry's going to round out the top 3 with 14 goals and 15 assists for 29 points. Currently leading the defense is Hampus Lindholm with 2 goals and 19 assists for 21 points. And John Gibson, he's picked up 11 wins so far with an .897 save percentage and a .310 goals against. Honestly, I was expecting worse. So we're going to be sellers at the trade deadline. That should be no surprise. But let's see how we do over the next 13. So things over the next 13 definitely could have been worse. We won 2 games. We could have won 0, so I'll take 2. So it's time to sell the farm. Cam Fowler, I'm sending you to Columbus for 2/3 and Max Domi. Shattenkirk, I'm going to send you to Boston for a 2nd and a 3rd. And Henry, I'm going to send you to Arizona for a 4th and Louis Erickson. Now this was a terrible trade on my behalf because I probably could have gotten 2 second-rounders for taking on Louis Erickson's contract. So I don't know what I was doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season. And best case scenario, we finished dead last. I want Shane Wright on this team. So we did exactly what I was hoping for. We finished 8th in the Pacific and 32nd in the entire league with a 20, 53, and 9 record. The Seagrass led the team in points with 23 goals and 30
Go play, Sammy. Go on.
Carter Kell came in second with 17 goals and 35 assists for 52 points. And Troy Terry rounded out the top 3 with 20 goals and 24 assists for 44 points. Hampus Lindholm led all of our defensemen with 5 goals and 25 assists for 30 points. And Gibson picked up 16 wins with an .896 save percentage and a .330 goals against. Leading the entire league in points is Nikita Kucherov with 47 goals and 51 helpers for 93 points. Nathan McKinnon's coming in second with 41 goals and 57 assists for 98 points. And rounding out the top 3, also with 98 points, is William Nylander with 30 goals and 68 assists. Drew Doughty's going to lead all defensemen in points with 14 goals and 55 assists for 69 points. And Freddie Anderson's picked up 40 wins with a .905 save percentage and a 3.01 goals against. Of course, with this team finishing dead last in the league, we're not going to be making the playoffs, but Toronto, they're going to go on to win the Stanley Cup over the Chicago Blackhawks. Looking at the draft lottery results, Washington's going to jump to number 1, and we're dropping to number 2. That's a tough one. And in the draft, we're going to have 10 picks. With the second overall pick, I'm going to be taking Zach Sierra. This guy's got medium elite potential, and he's going to be a dominant force for us in the future. Another notable prospect was Nathan Gaucher, who has medium elite potential. And then I traded a prospect for the 51st pick, and then I traded a future second rounder in the 89th pick for the 50th. With the 50th pick, I selected Mackinnon. He's got medium elite potential, and he's going to be a future star goalie for this team. I'm also going to be drafting another player with medium elite potential, another player with low elite potential, and then another low elite potential player. So I would say this is a pretty solid draft for us. Entering the re-sign phase, I signed all the important rookies and qualified all the RFAs. I don't need to bore you with all that stuff. But then we entered free agency, and I'm going to try and do this in one take. Lundstrom, you're going to get $900K for 1 year. To Smith, you're going to get $1.2 million per year for 2 years. Scott, you're going to get $900K for 2 years. Ilya Mikheyev, you're going to get $1.8 million per year for 3 years. Grimaldi, you're going to get $1.6 million per year for 2 years. Carter Kell, you're going to get $5.5 million per year for 5 years. Ryan Strome, you're going to get $5.1 million per year for 5 years. Evgeny Malkin's getting $8 million per year for 1 year. Sam Steele's getting $2.3 million per year for 3 years. DeBruska's getting $2.1 million per year for 3 years. Gouldy's going to get $3.5 million per year for 4 years. Larson's getting $2.3 million per year for 3 years. Mahura's getting $1.9 million per year for 2 years. Pavelski's getting $6.7 million per year for 1 year. Flat's getting $5.7 million per year for 2 years. And Andre Kasha's getting $4.9 million per year for 6 years. Yeah, I did pretty good there. Now I'm just capping. I probably screwed that up like 8 different times. So looking at the team, forward core is slowly starting to develop. The future's looking pretty bright. Our defense, we got some good young pieces here, so I have faith in them in the future. And Gibson, I think you can look after this team for the next 2 years. But after that, I don't know what role you're going to hold for this team. So before the season starts, we got to extend some contracts. Drysdale's going to get $4.8 million per year for 8 years, and Zegras is going to get $7.7 million per year for 6 years, and Maxime Comtois is going to get $2.2 million per year for the next 4 years. Now it's time to simulate through the first 10 games. It's basically impossible for us to do worse than last year. The only way for us to do worse is to go 0-10, and I don't think that's going to happen. The Ducks look fantastic through the first 10 games as they went 7-3-0. Over the next 15, though, they wouldn't do quite as well, going 6-7-2, so they're currently sitting at a 13-10-2 record. Through 50 games, this team's looking pretty solid with a 27-20-3 record. We're second in the Pacific and 9th in the entire league. That was a pretty quick turnaround if I do say so myself. Evgeny Malkin's currently leading the team with 22 goals and 31 assists for 53 points. Joe Pavelski's picking up 19 goals and 30 helpers for 49 points. And Jarvis Zegras is going to round out the top 3 with 14 goals and 30 assists for 44 points. Hampus Lindholm's currently leading the defense with 5 goals and 13 assists for 18 points. And John Gibson, he's picked up 23 wins with a .908 save percentage and a .280 goals against. It's a difficult time simming into the trade deadline because I don't think this team can win yet, but I don't think we're sellers, so we're right in the middle. Over the next 15, we went 7-4-4, so that basically confirmed that we can't win now, but the future's bright. So I'm going to make a few trades. John Gibson, you've been fantastic for us, but I'd like Samsonov for the future, so I'm going to pick up Samsonov, Mantha, 2/3 and a 4th. Realistically, this move is strictly for the future, and since Samsonov's an RFA, he doesn't have a deal done right now, he's not even going to play for us this season. Evgeny Malkin, you're not in the plans for this team, but Kevin Fiala might be, so I'm going to trade you to the Rangers for him. And then Troy Terry, I'm going to send you to Buffalo for a second and a fourth. Because realistically, I don't want to pay you $6 million a year. And Silverberg, you have been great for the team, but I'm going to ship you off to Seattle for McCann in a seventh. And to finish off the trade deadline, I'm going to extend Lunderstrom 5 years for $2.6 million per year. So now it's time to simulate to the end of the season. And honestly, if we don't make the playoffs, it's not the end.